We are making some great progress with a 2D platformer in Unreal Engine, which is always fun, but you might have noticed that, hey, we don't have any lights set up here, but everything is super brightly lit, and it's kind of weird in a lot of ways. And Unreal Engine is good with lighting, isn't it? So why don't we take any advantage of that? And there's a little bit of a caveat to this. Unlike an engine like Unity, which has specific lights that work within 2D environments and will cast 2D shadows across 2D environments, Unreal doesn't really have anything like that. So we are going to be stuck with lighting that works primarily in 3D. But we can still do stuff with that. First question to answer though is, how is this even visible if we don't have any lighting? And that is because by default, sprites use the unlit sprite material, which means that they are using the emissive output of the material graph. So if we go into that, we can see it has the sprite source, and then it just uses the emissive color and the opacity mask here to make our sprites happen. But that means that it doesn't interact with any lighting information. But luckily, if we go back in here real quick, we also have a masked lit sprite material. And the moment I click on this, everything will go black because I don't actually have any lighting set up here. So let's take a look at that. We also probably want to go into here, into the blueprint itself, in the rendering components, and set this up as being a lit thing as well for every single one of these. And of course, you can very much make your own materials to interact with lighting however you want. So if you want to do something more complex with how it interacts with any sort of graphics input, you very much can do that, and you can do some like really quite cool stuff with it. You still will see that there's a little bit of like light coming off of this, and that is mostly just Unreal's auto exposure system. I personally, for a 2D game, would say you don't really need auto exposure. So we're going to go into auto exposure in the project settings and just disable it. And now everything will have a consistent exposure. It's still a little bit weird because it is actually casting light out of the selection that I have. So that's a little bit weird. And that is entirely due to the fact that we are using Lumen. So the global illumination method, I'm going to set that to none because you probably don't need that for most of your 2D games anyway. Reflection method also none. And now everything is actually fully black. So we don't have any like weird lighting going on. Now we can just start placing lights. So let's place a rectangle light here. We can turn this around about 90 degrees and we can start lighting this stuff up. So we set the source width and height. We maybe even want to do this from the just like the right perspective. You don't see everything properly sometimes, so maybe you need to zoom out a little bit. For this, I don't think you need to line it up very much to the actual pixels. You just want this to be in a place where it'll look good. And then let's set the barn door length a little longer and then make them go in a bit so that we have the idea that the lighting is coming in from the outside here, right? And we can set the intensity and the color just like you can with like effectively any light in Unreal Engine. So from there, it's actually easier to do this in unlit mode. We can very easily just copy this over. You can copy things by holding Alt and dragging them around. So let's start off by putting in these lights around like these windows that I've created as an example. And if we go back to lit mode, you can see now we have like a little bit of lighting going on throughout the level that seems motivated by the fact that there's like these holes to the outside sky. Now we can add some point lights as well if we want to. Do make sure that they are set to maybe not even like 0 Y position. I think you want these to be set a little bit away from it. So a little bit into the positive so that your character doesn't like run through them. Although you can do a little bit of funny stuff where you put these lights between layers where it only lights up the background layer and not the foreground layer, for instance. So there is some creativity to be had. By default, these sprite things don't cast shadows, which is very much a good thing in most cases. So let's add in maybe like a little bit of like orange light to warm this area up a little bit and make sure that we can actually see the platforms everywhere. And that is a good start for some actual lighting going on, right? This is by no means a course on lighting in Unreal Engine. For the most part, a lot of these lights, you probably want to keep them on stationary mode. That way they will be able to be baked down onto things that are static, such as the tile map itself is static, that doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't move anywhere. But it will still be dynamic on things like your player. So now if we walk through the game, we can see that the lighting is perfectly like interactable with our player. And if we go into the darkness, we're darker. When we go into here, we're lighter, and so on and so forth. So it's fairly easy to set up this lighting in 2D. That said, casting shadows in 2D is just simply not something that Unreal does, because these lights are just three-dimensional lights. But you can do some fun stuff with maybe like implying some depth by putting some lights in the background like this, and that can just be like funny little stuff, right? And then maybe we can even put like a implied sun, make it like a very blue light. It's maybe a little bit too blue, but it's all cartoonish and stylized, right? That we only see at the very background. It doesn't even like light up the cave wall itself. So there is some creativity to be had still with the lighting. And if you want to just light everything up, you can just literally put in a directional light. And let's go back into perspective mode for this. Let's set this to 0, 0, 0. And we can just rotate this around to just face our level and maybe set the intensity to something a little lower. And now everything just has the same fairly flat lighting, but we can still add some like little touches and whatever. So you don't need to make everything a dark cavern if you don't want it to be. You can very much just make everything lit up with a directional light, but still have the creativity to do whatever you want with. Now, if you really want these things to cast shadows, for instance, maybe the player should cast shadows. That can be desirable. You can just go in here, go into the sprite and scroll down into lighting and enable cast shadows. And now the player will cast shadows. So in theory, if we walk around, we might be able to see some shadows cast by the player, which are at a weird angle, but that's due to the directional light being cast mostly down. If we cast it directly at the player like this, we now get a little bit more of a, it's maybe a little too direct even. So now we see that the player does cast shadows, and it actually does properly cast shadows in 3D. So when they're further away, they're a little bit lighter and in like a slightly different position. And when they're cast on things that are slightly closer to you, everything does show shadow casting properly. We can also cast shadows with the tile map itself. I don't really recommend that because it'll very quickly look fairly ugly. But I'll just show you what that looks like. So cast shadows. Doesn't work as well. I'll be the first to say, but if that is something that you need for whatever you are making, you can enable cast shadows on your tile maps as well. I, again, probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't even do it on the player in most cases, to be honest with you. So I'm going to disable that again. But that's the basics of lighting in Unreal Engine with like 2D games. It's fairly limited, but go ahead and just experiment. And a very big thank you to all my Patreons. You can see them on screen right now. If you want to help support the channel or get any of the project files in any of my tutorials, there's a link down below to the Patreon page to support me, or alternatively as a YouTube member. And of course, an extra massive thank you to my Cave Digger tier supporters, Sir J. Thomas,